This past week, since you've been roaming around the streets here, a couple girls have gone online saying that you've tried to get in their cars early in the morning. Do you recall any of that? They've taken pictures of you and putting them on Facebook and so forth.
I think you might have had that shirt on.
Yeah, who's that shirt?
Wow.
Ah, yes, the most natural reaction an innocent person can give in response to being accused of breaking into multiple women's cars.
Wow.
This is actually a murder case. On a hot summer Texas night, a woman, Candace Adkin, was heard screaming in an apartment complex's parking lot. Her daughter recognized the screams and ran to the window only to see her mother being forced into her own car. She heard her mother scream, "Don't let him take me," right before the car sped away. Candace's daughter called the police, but they were unable to locate the vehicle. She described the man, whom police identified as Terrence Washington. The police brought him in for questioning, but he claims to know nothing of the incident. The police have no evidence to hold Terrence, so they let him go. 2 days later, a car is reported burning in the parking lot of a supermarket. When the fire department arrives, they discover not just a burning car, but a dead body. Detectives later identify the burnt corpse in the back seat of the car as that of Candace Adkin. They call Terrence back into the police station for a second round of questioning. Let's see if his story changes now that Candace's body has been discovered.
How are you today, man?
Not too good.
So that's Detective Cooper. He's gonna be here in just a minute, okay? And we to understand, we got to read your rights and all that stuff again because you're here, okay? And to be honest with you,
Here you go, bud.
to be honest with you, you probably could read your rights to me at this point. You've heard them so many times, right? Okay, but I'm reading to you anyway.
Reason why we have to read them because you're in the jail.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all. Any statement you make may be used against you at your trial. Do you understand that, Terrence?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any statement you make may be used evidence against you in court. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have the right to have a lawyer present to advise you prior to and during any question. You understand that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you're unable to employ a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise you prior to and during any question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have the right to terminate this interview at any time. Right?
Yeah.
So you understand all that, Terrence?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I already know your name's Terrence Washington, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I don't even remember anything, man.
Uh,
My memory's bad, but I still remember you, okay?
uh,
So,
that's great.
what day is it?
Today's date,
What day is it today?
Thursday.
Thursday what?
I have to even look, dude.
19, 20,
Okay. I was just curious if you know what day it is and stuff.
something like that.
So,
Believe it or not, it's the 16th.
16th.
I
So
mean,
But
16th?
it's Thursday, so.
I thought it was the 18th the other day. Somebody told me
Yeah.
it was the 18th the other day.
No, they were living in the future, man.
Wow.
So, listen, obviously, we'll just cut the chase with some of this stuff, okay? So, you and I have talked a couple times since all this stuff has started. What do we talk about?
A whole bunch of everything, saying about what was I doing, in the apartments and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
And which apartments?
the ones that Candace live in.
Okay. So, you know where Kansas lives, right? Right there across from Sicko?
Yes, I'm guessing that's the ones you're talking about, right?
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, when were you over there?
I usually go over there almost every other day.
At any point in time you were over there, did you ever talk to Candace when she was there?
Yes, sir.
Answer important.
Yes, sir.
Listen, okay, I'm going to tell you up front. It's been a few days since me and you talked, right? And almost a week since we talked for the first time,
Yes, sir.
right? Since then, I've had 6 detectives working nonstop on everything on the case. Okay, not just me,
Okay.
not just Detective Cooper. We've had pretty much the whole squad I've got working nonstop on putting together what's going on with this particular case. What we're going to try to do today is see if we can save you or not, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because pretty much I've got the case already made. Okay,
Okay.
this is the part where I try to figure out what you want to do. Okay, so I got guys that have pulled every video in that whole area. Okay, we've interviewed people that you know. that are gonna say some pretty stuff, the stuff that you're not gonna be happy with. Okay? I got you on video doing some stuff that you're not gonna, you know, be happy to see either. Okay? Do you understand? So the situation now is to explain it so that it doesn't sound so bad or look so bad. We talked about that a little bit the first day, but now it's a little bit more serious. Okay? Now I know a lot more than I did back last Friday or last Saturday when we talked.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Alright.
So I know you already know, and I know you're kind of trying to hope we didn't, but we're at that point now. Okay? So you've been over to Candace's apartment before and you guys talked before?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You used
So-
to hang out on the front porch there, right?
Uh,
When I say front porch, I mean outside her front door.
Like the balcony little
Like,
area.
like her patio there. Sit on a chair and shoot the shit, right?
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Not too often.
I'm sorry.
Not too often. It's just.
But I mean, when you did, or you went into the apartment occasionally, but most of the time you guys sat
Yes, sir.
outside.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, it's cool. There's nothing wrong. That's not against the law.
And
You know.
we've already established you know Candace.
Yeah.
Right? We call her Candy, right? So we talked about
Yeah.
when we talked before. You and Candy know each other. Right? So how do y'all know each other?
I was just saying on the apartments, man. Talk to her.
Just that's all?
That's it.
Come on now, man.
Do you-
we,
do you-
we don't want to go backwards.
Okay, we know she pops pills. We know she also sells her pills.
Yeah, not
She
doubt.
and she does heroin. Everybody knows she does that. Even her own kids know that.
Yeah.
Everybody
Okay.
told us that, man.
Now, did she sell you pills, or did like her prescriptions that she gets filled? Would she sell them to you?
I get them from her every now and then.
You get them from her now and then.
What kind of
Okay,
pills were that?
Man, all kind of pills. Tell you the truth.
okay. Those narco pills that you had today on you, were those from her? When you saw her the last time,
Man.
you the ones that were in your pants pocket. No, dude, you can't. I listen. I'll shake your hand right now. I'm not charging you with those.
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious if those were the pills you'd gotten from her that day.
Previously, yes, sir.
Okay, that's. I mean, I was just
Yeah,
curious.
remember what I told you? We already have done a lot of work on the case. Everybody has.
Yeah.
We already know that she filled her script that day. Okay,
Okay.
that was. We already know she filled her script that day. She already had the pills, so we know what lot of pills these pills came from.
Okay.
You understand? So that's what we're trying to establish some honesty between you and me and Detective Cooper, so we can talk about what the hell's going on.
Yes, sir.
Because if not, you're going to get yourself in more trouble than you're ever going to be able to get out of. Okay. So like I told you in the beginning, I don't think that you're, that bad of a guy, but something happened that day that obviously we need to talk about. And you already know what I'm talking about. Don't be stupid. Okay. So you already know where I'm talking about, where I'm coming from with this, right? Did you see Candy that night?
That night, man, I did.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Me too. Okay. So what happened?
What do you mean a night?
Like Wednesday night.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened?
We just talked, and did a little something.
Okay. What time do you think it was?
To tell you the truth, man, I'm not mistaken.
Okay, can I ask you a
Yeah,
question?
stick it-
You said you did a little something just so that I understand. You talking about sex? Or you talking about drugs,
Or sex and drugs.
or sex and drugs and rock and roll?
Both.
Both. Okay. Was it dark outside
Uh,
at night? Was it dark out?
yes, sir.
Was Candy kind of acting crazy that night, messed up on pills?
Yeah, sir.
So when y'all
Was she shooting up
I
with
don't
needles
care.
that night too, or was she just popping pills, being stupid?
Pills out in the car and shooting.
Okay, but was she acting kind of weird though?
Yeah, no doubt.
Was she acting aggressive towards you,
Like MC.
Nancy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Where'd y'all do a little something at?
In the apartments.
In her apartment?
Yes, sir. And then we drove
Like we all parked in the car in the apartments, or we all in her actual apartment?
in the car,
In the car in the apartments. Where'd y'all park at?
in the parking lot. In the
Okay.
back.
Like where she normally parks at?
Yeah.
And then where'd you guys drive off to?
I left.
But yeah, in her car, you said you were saying you drove off. Where'd you guys drive off to?
No. She drove off.
with you in the car
Yes,
though.
sir.
Okay, this is the part where we're talking about where we're trying to show honesty and trust.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you guys were in the apartment or something, and then you got back in her car, both of you did. That's why I was asking, was she being weird? And you got, maybe she's being
Right.
ugly towards you, and you had to tell her to shut up or whatever, and then you guys drove off.
Did y'all get a little disturbance is what we're asking.
Yeah, well, I
At the
mean,
car.
was she being aggressive towards you?
Yeah, no doubt. Like,
I mean,
in a way.
Y'all have the argument about whatever, or a
you
little
know,
just
she was
disagreement about
thinking I
something.
was taking some pills or something.
She's taking
Yeah.
taking her stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and
So-
that happens when people are on drugs. They start accusing people of stuff.
You get paranoid and
And then she started arguing with you a little bit. Did her daughter come out too?
some lady. You might not even know it was her
Oh,
daughter.
yeah.
but
It wasn't even.
She
And
was,
did some girl come out and start yelling at you too? Some other girl?
No, sir.
because here's the deal. Because Candy was screaming and yelling,
Okay.
you know, and somebody heard her, which is her daughter, but you didn't probably know. But she came out and started trying to see what was going on. You know, because her mom was yelling. You didn't. I'm sure you don't know Candy's family, right? But that's what we're trying to find out. And so this daughter's the one that, you know, originally she's the one that, you know, thinks something's going on with you and her mom. Okay?
Mm.
Do you understand? That's what I'm saying. So if you and Candy know each other, she doesn't know you and Candy know each other. As far as she knows, you're some stranger that walked up and is trying to, you know, do something, okay? But if you and Candy know each other,
Okay.
that explains how y'all are having a disturbance. Me and him know each other, and we get in some arguments all the time
Yeah.
about certain things. But people that know us, they might think we were strangers.
Strangers fighting. So that's what her daughter thinks, is that you were a stranger, but she didn't know that you two knew each other. You get what I'm saying now?
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, she knows her mom's got a pill problem. I mean, she knows. You know, so that's no surprise. Okay, everybody kind of knew that about Candy.
And then
Okay.
she also knew that she hung out with a black guy too, but she didn't know who. She even said, "Yeah, well, I know she hangs out with a black guy, but I don't know who it is." So she didn't know it was you at all. Okay, she didn't know it was you until you guys got into a car and you drove away. Right?
All right.
You remember that part when that girl came outside and confronted you guys? She was like, "What the hell's going on out here?"
Maybe she might have even tried to hit you.
Man.
Or, I mean, if you don't remember, maybe it's because you're doing pills too with Candy. I don't know. That's why I'm just asking. Do you remember that at all?
Yes, sir.
You do? Okay. So then you guys drove. Where'd you guys drive to?
Man, to tell you the truth, she's going real crazy, you know.
Okay.
I jumped out, man,
Where'd you jump out at?
right in the apartments.
Okay.
Okay, now remember this before you keep talking and get yourself in trouble. There's video cameras all over this apartment. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so make sure you tell the truth about what happened. Okay,
Yes, sir.
I already know you took off down Pampa. Okay, so back up and tell us what happened again.
Do you know what street Pampa is?
The Pampa,
That's the street that the apartments
the
are
one
on.
right by her apartment.
Where the Sicko's on. That whole street there is Pampa.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
We know you guys went on Pampa into the neighborhood where the houses are. We know you drove down that way. Do you remember where you went after that?
Man, I jumped out.
Okay.
I don't remember where I jumped out at, man. I jumped out.
When did you jump out? How long afterwards?
It wasn't too long afterwards, man.
Okay. Were you driving the car?
Tell you the truth.
Yeah, you
Yeah, everybody says you were. Man. I already got people and video to back it up. I'm just asking you. So tell me the truth, okay?
Yes,
So now you're driving the car. So you took off driving the car. Candy's in the car, right? So what's she
Well-
saying at that point?
Was she trying to fight with you?
Was she acting stupid or what?
Yeah, she was fighting with me.
Okay, so Candy's all acting stupid, trying to fight with you. You're driving the car down that street.
Yes, sir.
So where'd y'all go? Were you trying to calm her down, or were you trying to tell her like, "Hey, calm down, Candy. It's all cool. I ain't, you know."
Yeah,
Okay.
really.
Okay, so y'all take off down Pampa. Where do y'all go? Or that street?
Was she calling you any names? Yelling at you and screaming at you?
Nah, not really. She just get out of my car, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
I drove down the
Did she think you were taking her car or what?
Yes, sir. Most of.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, she's on pills. We get it. She's hot, right?
Most of.
Okay.
And man, I must have. I don't know where in the neighborhood I jumped out at, man. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I know I must have took a left or something.
Took a left and then what, and go back to Vista?
Yes, sir.
And then you took a left again and went back to like
Like towards back home.
back home like off of Shaver there.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll I know you were in the car longer than that, okay? Because I know who you gave the car to.
Okay.
Okay?
And the reason that we know that, Terrence, is this is on video. Okay? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Who do you know is King?
King.
Yeah. Some little Mexican kid.
They're driving a silver car.
Gray.
Car, yeah.
Gray car. They sell Kush in the apartment complex.
I don't know him too well.
But you know.
But you know him.
Not really.
But you gave him the car. And Candace was in the back seat of the car.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, don't wow. You know.
Don't wow. You know she was in the back seat of the car.
Okay. Now listen, here's the important part where I said we're going to try to save you, okay?
What happened to
What
Candace?
happened, Candy? Exactly. Did you I'm not saying you did something like we talked about, but something happened to her. Understand? And you were with her when it did, so tell me, she's acting stupid and fighting with you because she's all worked up on pills. She's high. We know she died. Okay? So explain to me how she ended up dying. You know, you got her in the car with you, y'all take off, she's all acting stupid. Listen, I think that something happened. I didn't say you intended for anything to happen, but it did. And now we got to figure out what happens from here forward. Okay?
Wow.
So when she's in the car, what happens when you see that she's not doing well? You know, how did she end up dying? Did she just pass out and you realize she's not responding anymore or what? Because she didn't drive the car around dead by herself, okay? You understand what I'm saying?
Did she have a seizure?
How did it happen, man? I mean, because listen, I know that, you were there because you wouldn't leave that car and then come back and get it. That's not how you're going to do it. You still got the car. So when something goes wrong with her, tell me how it happened so we know. Because I don't want to assume that you did something, okay? That would be...
That'd be wrong of us to assume. So what we want to do at this time is, you weren't born last night, were you? You weren't born yesterday. Neither were we. We're going to treat you like a man because we're men. We're going to treat you like a man. We're not going to disrespect you in any way, okay? We're not going to sit here and play games with you, but the respect we're giving to you, we would like that back in return, okay?
Yes, sir.
Something happened to Candace that night. We'd like to know what happened to her. We know she died. We know she was in the back seat of the car when you gave it to those Hispanic kids that sell the Kush in the apartment complex. It's on video.
Terrence, you walking around with no shirt on, with your shorts.
Black shorts on, probably those right there.
And no shoes. I mean, I'm watching you walk around. You're right in front of the camera.
So what happened to Candace during the night?
I don't.
How did she end up passing away?
I'm having no idea. So it wasn't.
I mean, you may not know, but what happened? Like, tell me what happened. So was she breathing one second and fighting with you, and the next second she quit breathing and quit fighting? And when did you notice that something was wrong?
The whole time, man, it was all good. Whenever I was with her, the whole time.
Okay.
It wasn't no scenario that.
But she was covered up with everything in the back seat. She covered up with the blankets and whatever else was there. She was covered up laying underneath it.
Wow.
Yeah.
She must have
Terrence.
had a heart attack or something.
Tell me what
Okay,
happened.
so
then, 'cause
what happened then? If she had a heart attack, how did it happen? Tell us how.
Listen,
She must have fell asleep off the pill or something, man.
okay. But here's the thing, Terrence.
Passed out or
Here's the thing.
something.
You're the man driving the car with her at 6:40 in the morning. Okay, she's in the car at that point. She's in the back seat. You're driving the car. Do you see how this looks?
You guys drove away from the apartments at a little after 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
And now at 6:40 in the morning, you're giving the cars to these other guys, okay? You're on video when this is happening. So that's 7-8 hours. So maybe, I don't know, maybe she had a heart attack. Maybe she's been doing so many pills she threw up and choked on her vomit.
There's a lot of reasons.
Maybe she
might die.
attacked you and you had to defend yourself. I don't know. That's why we're counting on you to step up. Because let me ask you something. You got kids, right?
Yes, sir. Not
What do you got? Is it 2 girls, 3 girls?
a girl and 3 boys.
A girl and 3 boys. I apologize. I thought you had girls. Somebody was talking about it. Okay. If something happened to your kids,
Yeah.
you would want to know what happened.
Yes, sir.
How about if something happened to your mother? You'd
I know
want to
you
know
love
what
your mama.
happened to your mother. So now what we're trying to do is we're trying to get closure for Candy's daughter and her grandkids. They want to know what happened to her. And if it's a simple explanation where something happened to her medically and you freaked out and you didn't know what to do, that's understandable. Or if you guys had an argument, you had to defend yourself. We don't know.
I get the fact that you're with Candy, you have a little disturbance, you take the car, right? I get that. You know, you take the car, you're driving around with her, she's pissed. She thinks you're trying to steal the pills from her that she's got because she's high on Xanax and messed up. Now, she has whatever she does and dies, right? I get the fact that, Terrence, you're not the kind of person that's going to call the ambulance, right? Or the police. You're not going to call the police and go, hey, I'm this black guy and I'm driving around a car and I got a white lady in the back and she passed away. You're not going to call it. I get that. I mean, I'm not stupid, okay? I'm not saying it's wrong or right, but you know, that's not what you're going to do. You're going to panic a little bit because, you know, you've been in trouble a few times in your life, right? And so you're going to panic about it. You're not going to call the cops and go, hey, I got this dead white lady in the back, right? Okay? I get it. So you're going to try to get rid of the car and just like let it go away. And I didn't do anything wrong, really, but I don't want to be tied to it because they're not going to listen to me, okay? Fortunately, you got us and we are trying to listen to you. Okay, and we are trying to get you to tell us some bullshit what really happened because we kind of already have a really good idea about it, but we're trying to get you there too. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you right now is I want to hear from you what happened with Candy as far as like, hey, once she passes away, I mean, you can't go back and fix that. You're not going to resuscitate her. You're not going to bring her back, right? Yeah. She's already dead. Okay, so all you can do is like, man, I don't know what to do. I'm going to panic a little bit. Obviously, like I said, you're not going to call us. You're not going to call the cops to that because you think we're going to blame you, right? All right. Makes sense. So I'm just going to get rid of the car. I'll just give it to these guys, and they can go do whatever with it, and then I don't have to worry about it, and it won't be on me. It won't look like I did anything. And I'm not saying you did, but you'll be away from me, okay? It won't be part of your deal now. But the fact of the matter is, you forced us to do our job, which I'm happy about, you know. We had to go do our job, and our job is to go find out what happened. And that's where we are, okay? Now that we've done all that, we've got the video, we can support everything, we know what happened all the way up to where the car got burned, okay? We'll talk about that in a little bit. We go all the way up to there, okay? And beyond. That all being said, tell me how Candy ended up passing away that night so we can explain, because there's different ways we can explain it. Some of them involve you being violent and just attacking her, killing her, okay? I don't think that's the way we're going to try to explain this, though, is it? We're going to go a different direction with this, right? We're going to go a different route. I wasn't there that night. Okay, I didn't take off with Candy in the car, and I wasn't driving around when she was acting crazy, right? Yeah. You were. Okay, so you're the only one. You filled in the story for me and let me know what happened. That's your job. Okay, this is the book of Terrence's life, and this is your chapter. Okay, so it's your turn to write in your chapter here and tell me what happened when you picked up Candy and she was out in the car. I know she's 54 years old. She doesn't take care of herself, and she's not in good health. Okay, so I get all that. Okay, she's got a drug problem. She's had a drug problem most of her life. Okay. You know, she's got plenty of medical issues already, okay? So all this happens, she's pissed off, she's all worked up over everything, she's already on pills, right? You and her, did you take some that night too?
No, sir.
Okay, so but Candy's all jacked up on these pills, thinks you're trying to steal her pills, acting paranoid and crazy. What happened that she quit acting paranoid and crazy? Did she get quiet all of a sudden? Yeah, that's the bottom line, and this is your part here. Like I said, fortunately, you've got us here to listen to you, so tell me the story.
Tell you the truth, man. I don't know how to call it, man. It's a hectic night, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. And Terrence, we don't blame you for what happened to Candy. Just you need to tell me what's going on so I can understand.
No, man. I don't know if it was pills or if it was, you know, the sex, man. I didn't tell you the truth, you know.
You think she got overexcited from the sex?
You got a little worked up on the sex, okay?
Okay, because here's the thing. She had a broken leg. And she had broken ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So what happened during the sex?
Let me tell you, Candy's a frail little woman, so it may have been a little rough that wouldn't normally affect somebody. It might not have been that big of a deal, but Candy's not a normal woman, okay? She's a little bit more frail than some women.
Where did you guys stop to have sex?
Or something, or what? Because a lot of women like a little rough, but especially if they're on pills or something, you know, maybe they get a little wanting something.
We was in the car, man.
Where at?
And in the apartments.
You're still in the apartments?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And when we took off, man, I don't know, she must have passed out or what, man.
Mm-hmm.
And No, that was it.
What do you mean that was it?
Like,
Did she ever wake up from passing out?
no, sir.
So when she passed out, she died basically. She didn't wake back up.
Basically.
So what did you do at this point when she didn't wake up?
Man, I didn't know what to do.
Oh shit, right?
Was it an oh shit moment?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what did you do in your oh shit moment? You just put her in the back seat and covered her up?
Uh,
You can't, hey, listen, you can't drive around with her in the front seat, right? Because I mean, cops pull me over like that, I'm definitely in trouble. So you put her in the back seat, cover her up so that you don't, I mean, that makes sense. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You know, everybody would do that. That's common sense, okay? So you put her in the back seat, put some stuff over just to make sure that nobody saw that she's in there.
yes,
Did you keep the car or what that night? Did you drive around?
yeah.
Why'd you drive around? You just nervous?
Yeah, I was really
Scared?
nervous.
Did you go anywhere special that night? Like any particular place?
No, sir.
Okay, you didn't go to a restaurant or park anywhere? Or
No,
were you just driving circles or what? Okay. That's a long time driving circles. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, did you park somewhere and maybe take a nap to figure stuff out?
Maybe let the, you
no,
know,
I
kind
was
of.
just sitting there, man.
So you sat in the car?
Thought everything would be okay, you know.
Thought she
Right.
might wake up and you're just making a mistake. She wasn't dead.
And sense of fact, man.
When do you think you noticed she died?
I didn't really. I thought she was gonna wake up, man. I thought she was still up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, so now that you had an oh shit moment, you put her in the back seat, you covered her up with the stuff.
Cause I didn't pass out before and woke back up after a day or so, you know.
Yeah.
After a couple of
So
hours.
yeah,
So you thought maybe
it's
this,
kind of a drug thing. It's kind of one of those things where sometimes you take a little too much and knock out, but you wake back up. And you probably had friends that have done that. It's what they're doing, and
Sure,
so you kind of thought that's what happened to Candy too. Maybe she just kind of took a little too much and was going to get back up.
You know,
Okay, so you're just kind of waiting on her to wake back up.
ain't no way.
Okay, I understand that. So we were asking. So you drove around. You said, you said you parked somewhere and thought about things or what?
Yes, sir.
where do you remember where?
Parked off in what those apartments called?
Which ones? The ones by Beverage King, the abandoned ones, the ones West Point Village.
Or
Yes, sir.
Which
The ones where Candy lives in.
By the Beverage King.
okay,
Oh,
so the
ones
one
by
Beverage
Beverage
King.
King.
So the one now did you stop at those apartments or the abandoned ones behind the Beverage King?
The abandoned ones.
The ones that are all boarded up and fenced off so people can't get in? You parked by those?
On that side.
Okay.
Okay.
So were you directly behind Beverage King? Were you on the South Houston High School side? Were you on the neighborhood side or were you on the apartment side to where the people live?
I was where the people live.
In those apartments? Okay.
And
Okay.
so you parked there. It was already daylight when you parked there, or what?
Just about.
Just
Okay.
about daylight. So let me ask you, why did you take your shirt off? Was it hot? I mean, I'm asking. You had your shirt off and stuff. Why'd you take your shirt off?
Cause I was sweating all night.
Just got hot.
Yes, sir.
You didn't leave the car running.
No, I didn't get it on.
Okay. So wherever you parked before that, did you turn the car off or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got hot. That's why you had your shirt off and stuff. Where'd you put your shoes at? Did you have shoes on? You didn't when
No,
the.
I didn't.
So you didn't have any when you got in the car in the first place.
No.
So you never had shoes on the whole time. But did you have a shirt on when you started?
I mean, I had shoes on from the gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you took your shirt, did you have a jacket on or something too, or just a shirt?
Just shirt.
Okay. Was it long sleeves or short sleeves? Yeah, long sleeves on now.
I was short sleeves.
You got a short sleeve? Okay, where'd you put it at? Like when you took it off, I mean, where'd you throw it in the car or what?
I don't recall. Yeah, I think it was in the car,
Just put it in there somewhere?
if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I was just curious, and
Yeah, it must have been in the car.
Okay. All right. And so you think you parked over there by those apartments about daylight?
Yeah, about daylight.
That's still a lot of time, because you're talking. How long did you and Candy, after y'all took off and she's mad and she thinks she's still on her pills and she's all acting crazy and trying to fight with you and stuff?
I want to say about
How long until she didn't wake back up? When you realized oh, something's wrong, you kind of waiting on her to wake up. You realize she ain't getting up. How long do you think it had passed before you realized something was messed up?
Like 2 hours at least.
Okay. So a while down the road before you realized something's messed up. So after you realized that, you said you continued to drive around? Did you park anywhere before you went to the apartments? Did you park anywhere else?
Did you have sex again after you left the apartments?
No, we didn't.
You didn't?
See, I never had sex after you left. You just had sex before you left the apartment.
Yeah.
At some point that night. And in the complex or park is what you're saying. Okay. And you said you parked by her apartment?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like right in front of her apartment? You know where she lives at? Or was it for somewhere else parked? Because I wouldn't park right in front of my apartment if I knew I had family home or something.
It wasn't like right in front of the apartment. It was right down the way.
Down the way in that same parking row?
Yes, sir.
Did y'all leave the car running when you had sex, or did you turn it off?
Turn it off.
Yeah, because I think the car makes a lot of noise, right? Yeah, it's kind of, I've heard a lot of people say they hear that car when it comes in because it's got something wrong with it.
Yeah, I heard it.
Right, it's got some kind of knocking or pulley or something messed up, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I don't think
So let me ask you, so we get to that morning, right? You park the car in front of the apartments, and so obviously you know that you kind of panic. I can see by the expression on your face in the video that you're scared. Okay, I can tell by looking at you that you're scared. You don't know
I'd
what
be
to do.
scared.
You know, to me, you look like you're kind of just trying to figure out what the hell do I do now. You know, like I said, you don't call the police. I get that. Okay, you're not in that situation. Okay, so you find these two guys that you kind of know, right?
Do you get kush from them?
Have you ever got kush from those guys? They sell a bunch of kush.
We know they do because
Yeah, I ain't
because
dogging
we
nobody
arrested
for that.
them and they had kush on them, and everybody goes to them. We watched them sell kush after kush after kush, so we know they sell. So that's why we just asked if you get kush from them.
Yeah, is that your relationship? Is that how you familiar with
Is that how you know them? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's so
You should smoke marijuana. It's a lot safer than
Yeah,
kush.
kush is in the, get
Just so
in
you know. Okay,
So-
kush will kill you.
trouble. Yeah. So
Okay,
so
marijuana's safer, so just smoke that
so
or the blunts. Okay, don't smoke that
kush
kush.
is extremely dangerous, like you said.
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
He's my narco friend. He knows. You know. So
Been there a lot.
so listen to this for a second now. So you're panicked about this whole situation, right? You know these two boys from the little bit of kush dealing you did, you know, buying a little kush from here and there.
And mind
So
you, you
said-
can't get in trouble for
Yeah.
going and buying. You can't.
No, you're not. This is no.
Okay, we're just
So
talking.
what I want to talk to you about, though, is I want you to understand is, like he said, we've already talked to these guys. Okay, so I already know the story. And I've got video of the story, too, that supports that, okay, which corroborates what they say, which means that it shows what they're telling me is true, okay? So that being said, I see that what'd you do, offer these guys the car? Like, hey, why don't you guys take the car and take off with it? That gets rid of the car. That gets it out of your head.
Why did you give them the car?
Because they end up getting out of their car and getting in your car, which is the Mercedes, which is Candy's car, and leaving in it. You're there. You know that they took off with the car. You didn't, you know, they're not stealing the car with you sitting there, right?
Why'd you give it to them? Just to get rid of it because Candy's dead in the back?
That's my the dumb reason for me would be, hey, if they got the car and they drive it somewhere else, it's not on me anymore. And then they don't connect it to me. That's the common sense, okay? Is that what you were thinking? Hey, I'm not saying it's the smartest thing to do at the time, but given that you were panicked and a little bit nervous, that seems like what your thought process was.
Not in a sense of scenario,
Well, tell me.
but he was feeling like I don't know what I was thinking. Man.
Yeah, no, that's a traumatic event. I mean, somebody dying that you're associated with, and you know, now and the thing is, like I said, criminal-wise, law enforcement-wise, you're worried about it because there's drugs involved, and she does drugs, and you've got a history of doing things, and so you're worried about all this other stuff. But the reality is what it is. It's not as big a deal as as you might think.
So why'd you give them the car?
So why these guys? You know these guys a little bit, so you give them the car. So why?
Man, he gonna set it straight, you know.
Do what?
Say he's gonna set it straight.
He was gonna set it straight?
Yeah,
What do you mean by set it straight?
like take care of the
Did you tell them there was a body in the car, or did you just tell them it was kind of a hot car, like a stolen car, and they were going to take care of it?
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, that makes sense. So
that makes sense.
So that's what I'm trying to find. So you basically told them, hey, I got this car I acquired, you know, They don't know about the rest of the stuff. And you tell them basically, this is the car I got, and they were going to take care of it.
They,
Were they going to give you something for letting you?
they tased us. We was, man, I don't know what was going on, man. The dude was speaking Spanish and everything, and
And you didn't trust him, did you?
no, sir. At all.
I didn't think you did.
I
No.
didn't, man.
Did you give them the keys though?
In a way,
Okay, did they give you Kush for it?
I fell asleep, man, and
But did they give you Kush?
yeah.
You traded with Kush for the car,
Would they give you like a bag of Kush or something?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
and you gave them the car.
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
didn't think nothing of it, because I'm thinking, the lady would wake back up,
Yeah.
Hang on now. Before you say that, we already know at this point Katie's dead, and you already know at this point Katie's dead. You told me that. Okay.
Not
Okay. I mean, you already thought.
Well,
You already thought she was.
You
gonna
know
wake
she's
up.
dead, but you're hoping that maybe she'd just wake up, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Okay.
You're hoping that maybe she really wasn't dead, even though you knew she was. But you're hoping that she may just all of a sudden, God will bring her back to life, right?
anyway,
I
man.
got you.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, we all wish something hadn't happened. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when did you end up seeing the car again?
I know when you did.
So do I. When did you end up seeing it again?
You thought it was gone, right?
Yeah.
You thought you'd never see that car again in your life, probably. So I'm sure that it was a shock to you when you saw it, before you saw it, right, in the parking lot. All right, tell me where.
The Rejos.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What did you think when you saw that car?
I bet you thought, oh shit, part two, right? Things are just not going right for me.
What'd you think when you saw it?
Can't be. I said, thought it was the devil, to tell you the truth. Man.
Yeah. Were you riding your bike at the time?
Yeah, I was.
And then did you turn around and go back and look in the car?
Yeah, not necessarily.
Because
Yeah.
what were you looking for?
I was really trying to see if, man,
If she
Candy
was
was
still
still
there.
she was still in there or not.
Okay.
That's what I would have looked for. That makes sense. And did you see her in there?
It was pretty, yeah.
Yeah, you saw her. She was still under the pile
I
of
just
stuff.
seen some covers laid up.
But you knew that was where it was at last time you saw her. That's
That
the
was-
same
that was-
way it looked when you saw her last, huh?
Not in a way,
Okay.
but I just knew it had to have been her for a
Okay.
reason, because everything was just bunched up.
Okay.
That was my main scenario,
So then what did you do?
Man, I tried to get to the house.
Okay, but you
Right.
didn't.
Yes, sir.
Where did you go? Because you told Josh to go sit underneath the canopy. And you rode away for a couple of minutes on the bike and you came back. And you gave Josh the bike. Josh took off on the bike and you walked back to the car. And the police in the truck stopped you and said, hey, you need to go. And after they left, you came back to the car.
Let me ask you, when those police in the truck came, you thought you were done, didn't you? You thought they were going to hook you up for being right there by that car and figure it all out? You were scared about that?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. So you felt like you got a break when they took off and cut you loose, right?
In a way, not necessarily, because I ain't even thinking nothing,
Okay.
and
So the cops drive away in the truck. What did you spray in there to start the fire?
I didn't spray nothing, sir.
You just lit it with your lighter?
I didn't.
Because listen, I know it wasn't gas.
Right.
So what'd you put
We
on
know it
there?
wasn't. So what did you spray in there?
I didn't.
You just lit it with the lighter and it started?
No, I didn't start the fire.
This is the point where I'm telling you,
Man, we already
It's
talked
on
about the hard
video.
stuff, brother.
we can see it. And we see you after the fire starts. When you're there, you run across the street to the trailers and then you go and you loop around back on the other side of Food Town. We see that. That's why I'm asking you, what did you spray on there to start it?
I
Hey,
understand.
listen,
man.
the whole thing at
Okay.
this point is the same thing. You already talked about the hard stuff, man. Now we're just talking about
No,
the
it's
car
not
at the
that,
end.
Man. It's just,
Wait.
man, I know I'm in trouble, man.
Okay,
This
so
is-
what
this
did
is-
you start it with? Was it like some charcoal or acetone, some charcoal fluid? Was it some Bic lighter fluid? Because it's on video.
And let me tell you this, and we have this, like I told you that I can talk to you now that I couldn't talk to you about then because I didn't know. But your clothes test positive. Understand? Remember all the clothes that the officer took from you at the jail the first time? Your clothes test positive for flammable stuff, meaning the lighter fluid or paint thinner or something along those lines.
Or acetone.
Yeah, you have a positive test for that.
Did Josh give it to you to use? Was Josh involved in it? Or was it just you?
So again, like I told you before in the video, we already know. But this is just to tell me why you got scared. Man, the cops just asked me if that was my car a few minutes before. So I'm not going to get hooked with this car being connected to me. I already tried once to not make it connect to me. I'm going to try again. Okay? You understand? And you lit it on fire. And you didn't kill anybody because that was already, she was
already dead.
You're not
She
killing
didn't kill
anybody.
nobody.
It's not like you're trying to do it to kill her. She was already dead. You know, you're just trying to make it like you did the first time, try to make it go away. That's all it is. You're just trying to make it go away. You know?
So what did you use to light it with? I mean, to start it? Just a lighter in your pocket and what?
It wasn't me, man. It wasn't me, bro.
Okay, then who was it if it wasn't you since you're there on video? Who was it then?
Couldn't have been me, man. Just not like that.
Like how?
Not setting a fire.
Okay, then Terrence, who was it then if it wasn't you? Josh had already ridden away on the bike. You gave him the bike. So you started a fire. That's a what a
I'm not the fire marshal, man.
yeah.
It's
It's so you started a fire. She was already passed away.
Yeah.
I mean, you freaked out because you saw the car again. You freaked out. She's still in the car. Well, you've already tested positive for all that stuff, the igniter. I mean, I'm just curious as to what you used because the fire like blew up quickly. I mean, I shouldn't blow up isn't a good word to use. It grew
started
quickly.
fast, yes.
It started fast. I was just curious what you used. Was it like lighter fluid? Was it charcoal fluid?
It almost looked like I was starting like my grill.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
started
so
fast like that.
Yeah, so that's why we're just curious as to what it was.
Wow.
Do you remember what it was that you used?
It was a lighter one.
It was just a lighter.
Just a lighter.
Okay, now let me ask you this. In the trunk area, was there a lot of maybe old car part stuff like some oil or grease or something that could have did it catch
That
on?
made it burn.
Is that what made it burn fast?
It looked like it.
It looked like it? I mean, I'm asking you. I mean, so you didn't spray nothing in there?
No, sir.
You just used your lighter and it started?
Did you drop your lighter?
No, sir.
So that lighter you had on you, was that the lighter you used? The one when they stopped you over there by Food Town?
Yes, sir.
Did you just light it in the trunk or did you go in the car too and light it?
Just in the trunk.
Okay.
Did you see it start burning?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so when you were doing the lighter, you saw the flame start, so you knew it was going to burn.
So
That
when,
point, right?
when you saw this happening, what were you thinking? I'm just curious as to what was in your mind, what was going through your mind at the time? This was a way to get rid of problems because of how she passed away in the car, or
Man, I was just hoping it didn't come back to me, man.
okay,
Understand
that's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, you started the fire to try to get rid of any DNA, fingerprints, or whatever.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Wanted to make it like all go away, right?
yeah, to make it go away. So it was like a bad memory, like a bad trip.
Yeah.
Was Josh aware of what you were doing?
No, sir.
Did Josh know about the car?
I don't know.
Did you say anything to him when you stopped to look at it when you were on the bike?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Did you tell anybody else about what happened with Candy?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because like I said, I'll probably tell him if something happened like that to me. I'd probably call him or talk to him and tell him like what happened because he's my friend. You didn't tell anybody else about that experience?
No, sir.
Okay. Which, hey, can I ask you a question, Terrence? Does it feel like a lot of weight off of you right now? Being able to tell the story? Was it a burden carrying it around here these days?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I heard this. Somebody saw you crying about it Saturday. Pretty upset about it. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
I get that.
Yeah, you're emotional, upset.
You know, You know, it's a traumatic event, and you know, you just, I mean, I think you liked Candy, but she was a nice lady or whatever. I don't think y'all were enemies, right? You liked her, y'all
How long
talked,
you guys
how
been
long?
hooking up?
Just a couple of weeks.
Just a couple weeks? Okay.
Okay. You know, but so that's about a lot to go through. You're not, that's not who you are. You know, you're not typically that's not what you do, right? You know, you just use some coke and use some drugs and stuff, right?
That's basically it, man.
Kind of hurts, huh?
I
You
really
feel sorry about what happened?
I really can't believe it, man. To tell you the truth, you know.
You know? So,
I was praying for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you're being sincere. I really can.
Yeah.
I don't think you're a bad guy, Josh. I'm sorry, Terrence. I apologize for calling you Josh. I don't think you're a bad guy. I think this was just a bad situation that happened and you got caught up in it. Okay?
Yeah.
One thing I want to clarify real quick though, okay? So you're at her house or outside her apartment, you're having sex in the car. You guys had the argument when you drove away. How did she break her leg and break her ribs? Did you have to hit her a couple times because she was getting?
trying to calm her down, basically.
Were you trying to calm her down or?
Probably smashed herself or something. I don't know, man. To tell you the truth.
Okay,
That's serious, bro.
were you smoking Kush at the time, maybe? So you may not remember everything.
No,
Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
But listen, like, you know, like me, if he gets drunk and gets stupid, and I gotta push him and get him in a car or something to, you know, take care of him, I may have to hit him a little bit, even though he's my friend. I gotta hit him to get him to go do what I want him to do, because he'll know. You know, the same thing with Candy. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to explain things how they happen. You know, so if she's acting stupid like that, you may have to hit her a little bit just to get her to, like, you know, get over there and calm the fuck down. You know, you understand what I'm trying to say? I don't mean it it's violent or anything like that. It's just you're trying to control the situation.
Yes, sir.
You know, just like us with the police, if we have to fight somebody, we don't trying to hurt them, but we got to control them so we can get them, you know, secure.
Yeah.
Was that something like that with Candy? Because she's acting stupid like that. You can't drive the car if she's all acting stupid and crazy and trying to, you're going to wreck the car and kill both of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
So you have to, like,
Did you have to do
you know,
something like that?
knock her
try to
away just to
control her?
kind of, try to
Well,
knock her
if
back
you
away.
did,
to
it's
get her
understandable.
under control.
Yeah.
Did you have to do something like that to control her?
Yes, sir.
Would you have to like hit her, kick her, or
No, I was just grabbing her. You know,
grabbing her?
And I'm guessing by her being so fragile or something, she must have broke something.
She must have broke up.
I wasn't recalling that.
Okay.
man.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just trying to see what you remember. That's all, bud. That's
No,
all.
and we have, there's certain things that we need to explain too. And we want to make sure that we work with you and try to explain it the best way we can. Okay?
Because I'll tell you this right now too. She didn't die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
She didn't. I mean, we already know that from the medical examiner. Okay. We're still waiting on some other tests, obviously, but I can tell you right now, she had a broken femur.
And the femur's this bone in your leg, if you didn't know.
It's
the
the big bone. Okay. She had some broken ribs, and she didn't die of a heart attack. So that's why I'm trying to figure out maybe a little bit more what happened to her. Since you're the last one with her, that's why I'm asking you if you remember a little bit more of what happened while you guys were in the car.
Yeah.
Did you have to hold her head down because she was just getting crazy?
I pulled her, like, you know, in a way,
Like how?
like, because she was trying to, you know, kick me up out the car and everything and
Right,
stuff like
right.
that, you know.
Okay.
And whenever I was telling her to stop and everything,
Okay.
that she must have didn't know it was me or something.
Okay.
She didn't even
It,
recognize
it's possible it's possible being on drugs. She didn't recognize it. She was having an episode.
Mm-hmm. Could very well happen.
It's
Did-
just,
Did you have to hold her head down at all to try to control her?
Were you telling her, like, Candy, calm, fuck down, it's me? You know, or what was that?
holding her by the arm, you know, and everything.
Trying to
Okay.
tell her?
And
Did you have to grab her around the mouth at all?
no, sir.
Okay.
I just held her by like the firm of her shoulder.
Okay.
Like,
The arm here?
you know, like,
Yeah, right up there where you can control somebody better. Like when you got your little kids getting out of control, you
Yes,
gotta
sir.
grab them and control them, and it's easy right here.
when I was pushing her in, I guess she must have
Okay.
broke something or something.
Okay. What Did you guys have sex again after you left that night in the car?
No, sir.
Okay.
Just in the parking lot before?
Okay. No, I'm just trying to.
Just trying to clarify
Yeah,
for
we're
us
just
too.
trying to
make
put
sure-
it together.
Okay.
I mean, was anything else happen in the car to where she would stop breathing? This is where I'm coming to you, because I mean, we'll know more when we get the autopsy back. I'd rather know now,
Just like this other
so that
stuff.
I can't so they can't come back and say, well, Terrence was lying to you. No, Terrence is not lying to me. Terrence is being honest with me. So that's why I'm asking you.
Man, she could have choked on the pill or something. you
Okay.
know, In her sleep, like just giving up,
Okay.
and she must have didn't recall who I was or even,
Okay.
being with me that night.
Did she try to give you oral sex again that night?
Yes, sir. And
After y'all took off?
like, not after,
Just before?
yeah, before we took off.
Okay.
Did she? I mean, was she having trouble while she was giving you a blowjob?
In a way,
Like how? Like gagging?
yes, sir.
Okay. Do you think that affected her at all? Do you maybe think she passed out while she was giving you a blowjob?
Man.
I mean, if that's understandable if she
Yes,
did.
sir, it could have been.
Do you think so? When she's giving you a blowjob, you holding her head down? Do you think she stopped breathing then?
Mm,
Do you think she may have choked while giving you a blowjob?
could have been.
Yeah.
So when was that?
In a way, like her taking the pill and everything,
Mm-hmm.
it probably just got stuck afterwards,
Okay.
and it was real hectic, man. It was real.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So
Lot of lot of movement and
So she was moving around a lot,
yeah.
like convulsing? You know what that means? Like having a seizure.
like, do you think so? Did she have a seizure while she was giving you a blowjob? You think?
Maybe while she was taking the pill.
Okay, but I'm talking. But you said something happened while she was giving you a blowjob.
Yeah, she was just getting real aggressive with me, like, in a way.
She
like,
bite down on you?
Like, in a way.
She'll
I
hurt.
guess
Yeah.
that she was wanting it,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I mean, did she pass out while she was giving you a blowjob,
It wasn't necessary, not no
or did
way.
she have a seizure during the blowjob?
It was during it.
She had a seizure during the
Yes,
blowjob,
sir. And then when I was holding her, because I wasn't expecting what it is,
and then she stopped moving. You thought she was just getting really freaky,
Yeah,
and you're holding her head there, and you're enjoying it, and then she just stopped moving,
right.
and then you laid her back over in the
She
seat.
got the.
Did she ever wake up after
squirming
that?
and stuff like
Did,
that.
did she ever wake up after you pulled her up off of when she was sucking your cock and you put her back in the seat? Did she ever wake up again?
Okay, so
Okay.
so just so I'm clear, okay, so
So-
maybe I missed something.
No.
So when you and Candy were fighting and y'all took off, the blowjob happened after y'all took off. Did y'all stop somewhere and did the blowjob or what? Because you said after you were fighting that you
Yeah.
didn't have sex. Did y'all
Yeah, so-
stop somewhere after that and do some? She calmed
Yeah.
down and was going to give you a blowjob after that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to clarify the timeline about when y'all left. Y'all did stop somewhere. She was cool for a calm. She finally calmed down, and she's giving you the blowjob. Is that
Okay.
is that what you're saying? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where was that at? Where'd y'all park to do that? Because I know you didn't park out. I know that didn't happen on the street, right? Y'all parked somewhere so nobody sees, kind of thing.
Excuse me. We pulled over in some apartments.
Okay, you know which ones they were.
Uh, don't recall.
By the Valero?
No, it's not. It let me see. Was further down in the avenues.
Okay.
Did you go back into South Houston?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of them avenues we pulled over in. No, I'm not mistaken. It was Allen Genoa or something like that over there
Okay.
on that want to say Avenue J. Not Avenue J. That's in that was one of those avenues over there in South Houston, like by like Allen Genoa.
So over behind the food store? Okay, you know the little A&J food store on Allen Genoa across from the apartments where the guys sell Kush? It's that little tiny one where it's got a little like a washateria. It's right there on the corner.
I think it's blue, right? Blue.
It's blue or purple or something.
So,
No, not them. The ones across the street.
Okay.
okay. The top, what do you say?
The
Teresita?
Terracita, those apartments?
no. The ones across from AJ's, like on the other side.
Oh,
Okay.
the other side of the street. I know which one.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. I mean, see that helps explain a lot. It really does. And see that's why I meant I'm just trying to see if we can jar your memory, okay?
Okay.
So she had taken pills, you guys were fighting, she stops to give you a blowjob. She has a seizure while giving you a blowjob, but you think she's being freaky.
Yes, sir.
And so you're holding her head down and you're enjoying it and you're like, this is one crazy bitch getting a great blowjob.
Right.
But then she stops moving,
No doubt.
you move her over to the seat and she never wakes up.
Yes, sir. Basically, in
Okay.
a way.
Okay.
Did you finish or on the blowjob or not?
No, not necessarily like. Yeah.
You still have blue balls or
Did you come or it's like that's
did
what
you
I-
come or not?
I came
Okay.
Like in her mouth during the blowjob or after? What happened?
after.
Also, where'd you come in?
You had to jack off the finish?
Yes, sir.
So come on yourself, kind of thing, or on her?
And I came on myself, like.
Okay.
Okay, I understand that. So let me say, I have a question about something. If it's okay.
No, I
So-
just was trying to help
Yeah.
out.
No, you're fine. The narco pills that you have here, obviously, those are Candy's narco pills, right? Originally, that you got from her, okay? And she said you were trying to steal her pills when you got in the car because she was acting all stupid, right? That's why she was trying to smack you, hit you, and all that stuff, and being all crazy about it, right?
Yes, sir.
But you and her have a relationship. You shouldn't be like that
Yeah.
because y'all have done transactions and everything else and hooked up and everything else before, right? So those narco pills are hers. When you got out of the car that night, did you end up taking some pills with you, what she had in the car? Just because, hey, Candy's not going to use them, just go ahead and take them anyways to have them. Because he got them now, so that's what I'm asking. Were those pills you got from the car?
I took a few.
Okay. So, you're, like I said, it's not a big deal. You
Yeah,
obviously
we're
know.
just trying to
Something's on. Candy's giving you
figure
pills
out where they
before.
all went.
Candy's giving you stuff before. I'm just trying to count for all the pills. So you took a few of the pills with you, and those are the ones you have here still, probably.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Do you have any more left anywhere?
No, that's just it.
So I know you got arrested after all that happened for being intoxicated in Pasadena over there the other night, and all that stuff with the patrol car, right?
Yeah.
Remember all that?
Yes, sir.
So did you have the pills then? Were they stashed somewhere? You got a stash somewhere? Is what I'm asking.
Uh,
Like when you're on the street, you got
yeah,
some place you put your stuff,
Yes, sir.
and you keep it there so nobody messes with it. And you come back and get it later.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So where do you stash your stuff at?
Uh,
I don't care. I just want to know.
I usually dig a hole.
Okay. So you dig a hole and just remember where you put it at and come back and get it later?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you did with the pills here? You dug a hole and stashed them and then came back later and later today and got them? Or when did you come back and get them?
I want to tell you, the day before yesterday. What today is? Thursday. It must have been Tuesday.
Okay.
Or if not Tuesday.
Today
it
is
was
Thursday, yeah.
Yesterday.
So Wednesday? So you went back and picked up the pills from that incident on Wednesday?
Yes, sir.
When did you stash them the first time? So you got rid of the car with those Mexican kids on Thursday morning, right? So when did you go stash the pills? Right after that? You want to be carrying stuff around?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
So-
it was
So Thursday during the day sometime or what?
during the day that morning.
Okay. So Thursday morning you went to wherever your spot is, you stashed the pills,
Yes, sir.
and then you left them there until yesterday.
Right.
Then you went back and got them. Does that
Yes,
sound
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where's your? I'm not going to go try to get your honey hole. Now, where do you stash that? Where's your hole that you dig?
It's around food time.
Man, you try to steal his stuff.
Making sure nobody else gets your stuff, man. Does anybody else know where you keep your stuff?
Not really. If they do see me, they just watch me from a distance.
Okay. If somebody wrong person sees, they'll come get your stuff for real,
Yeah, no,
right?
They
That's how
take
it
my
works.
clothes and stuff, man.
I bet it's hard to keep up with your stuff on the street. I'm sure. Right.
They took my bikes.
Where do you keep your clothes at?
I usually keep it in a bag, like by on a back fence. You know, I usually try
Back
to
fence
hide
to
it
where though?
behind a dumpster.
Oh, just any dumpster, wherever you move it around from time to time.
Whenever I think I'm not being seen or I'm safe.
Okay.
I try to hurry up and stash it real quick. That way nobody don't see me.
If somebody sees you, they'll come steal your shit, won't they?
Yeah.
Thieving bastards.
Yeah. Life in the streets is tough, man. I mean, am I wrong?
It's been getting real hard.
Imagine. Do you have anything else for?
Anything else you want to add to it? Anything else?
Man, no, sir.
Okay.
You feel bad about what happened? Terrence?
Yes, sir. Really, I feel horrible.
Let me ask you this question. When we talked the first time and the second time, why didn't you tell me the truth then?
Scared?
Man, I didn't think it was gonna add up, you know. And I
You
was
didn't-
really scared.
You didn't think we'd connect the dots back
Like I
to you?
said, man, I'll be honest, you forced us to work. You forced us to do our job, which is fine. That's what we do, okay?
No, I'm
But
pretty
now
sure.
we're here with you
pretty
trying to be
sure,
straight
like,
up with you, like man to man, you know?
yeah,
But I just want to know, why'd you lie to me in the beginning, man?
Man, I was scared, man, for my life, you know, and I really didn't want it to go back on the Mexican dudes, you know, but man, I ain't.
I understand. Why'd you tell me you had sex with her? Because you knew we'd find some DNA or something? You want to make sure you're covered on that?
No doubt. I mean, as far as like, you know, me trying to sit here and, you know, tell you anything other than, you know, the truth.
Yeah.
It was hard, man. It was real hard, you know.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you tell us now, okay? We really do appreciate the fact that you're trying to get forward and get straight with us now, okay? All right. I think that's probably all the questions I have. Let's Detective Cooper has anything he wants to add.
This past week, since you've been roaming around the streets here, a couple girls have gone online saying that you've tried to get in their cars early in the morning. Do you recall any of that? They've taken pictures of you and put them on Facebook and so forth.
I think you might have had that shirt on.
Yeah, who's that shirt?
Wow.
Yeah, here, I'll show you one of the pictures. Actually,
A friend had screenshotted it to me.
Yes,
I was
yeah.
seeing that. I'm not recalling. That's
those are the jeans that you had in the black bag today.
Yeah.
No, that's a short sleeve shirt he's wearing. This one, that one's long.
Oh,
This one's
okay.
short.
Remember it was red.
Yeah, it's red. But do you remember those at all? I'm just curious if you remember.
I remember that day.
Do you remember that day?
Yes,
It was
sir.
the golf place over by Strawberry Park, the golf gas station.
Yes,
But
sir.
this happened in the apartments there on Austin Street. You know where those are, Austin and Houston?
Okay.
Do you remember a
Yes, sir.
girl's car opening up the door?
Yes, sir. I figured it was my homegirl or something.
You thought it was your homegirl?
Yes,
Is that why you opened the door?
Yeah, whenever she pulled up on me, looked like she was waving me to get in the car, you know, on some friendly stuff,
Okay. You thought maybe, hey, it's a little chip, I can give me a little something, something?
you know. And
Okay.
I,
And then it also happened at a gas station over off Queens and San Jacinto, which is over off of Perez in that area. Queens and Perez, there's a gas station
Do you
further
have
down
a
by
lens?
the school.
Yeah. Do you have a lens that was somebody over there too?
Yeah, she was trying to say that she ran it, that you were trying to get in her car there. Do you remember that one?
not mistaken.
Okay. No, I'm just curious
I
if you remember.
Yes, sir. No, I
Were you-
remember.
Were you trying to get in a car there too?
Yes,
You
sir.
thinking it was another girl?
I wasn't trying to get in the car though.
What happened?
Were you hitting on her or something and she
Yes,
didn't take it or what?
I thought she was hitting on me.
Oh, okay. So
Whenever she kind of gave me a nod like that, you know, I walked over there, I ran over there like, man, it was a for sure thing. The way she came out the house, you know. And whenever I throw my bike down on the ground, she looked at me like, nah, nothing. I'm like,
oh, okay. No, I mean they didn't say you did anything to them. I'm just seeing if that really was you and if the stuff had happened that morning. But they said that you didn't touch them or nothing. I'm just saying, just curious if you remember those incidents.
yeah,
I don't know if maybe it was a night of Kush and you're out in a zombie stance walking
Because
around.
we were surprised that you popped up on Facebook. All of a sudden, somebody
Yeah.
put a post on you on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's what I was crazy about too.
Which you saw that too. Somebody tagged it or sent it to you, didn't
Yes,
they?
I've
Yeah.
been trying to get on there and clear it up, but you know, I'm in not the best situation right
Yeah,
now.
it's hard to get online right now where you are.
You know.
Okay.
That's all the questions I have right now.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, bud.
We'll walk back down.
Take you back downstairs and we'll get things wrapped up and we'll come and let you know what's going to happen, okay? Okay, buddy?
If you want to drink of water, get you a drink before you take off, man. I can't let you take it back.
When
to
we
the-
get back downstairs, we'll have to take the bottle.
Yeah, they can't take that, in there again, so.
Terrence Washington was sentenced to 45 years in prison for the murder of Candace Adkin.